Now, if you're struggling with self-sabotage and you don't know where to start, here, right here on this podcast, we're building the community. I want to remind you, breaking self-sabotage patterns takes time. You've been operating like this for years, every decade, like I was. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate the small wins. We're building a community of people committed to breaking these cycles. Do not know what's going on. We're having some technical difficulties. Storm, can you hear me? Okay. I don't. Storm, can you hear me? I apologize, folks. We're having some today. But again, this is Terror to Triumph. I am hoping Storm can hear me before the end of this episode. Storm, can you hear me? Storm, can you hear me? I have a feeling. I have a feeling, a very strong feeling. This is going to be an interesting episode. Storm, can you hear me? Is that a yes, no? Maybe so. Can you hear me? Storm cannot hear me at the present time. Um, I apologize to everybody watching. I do not know why this is happening. I'm going to try something. Hopefully, I can get us all on the same page. Storm, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I apologize about that, y'all. There's a bit of a issue with connecting with audio on my end. So I apologize about that. I wanted to give you a sharper image video wise of me. My laptop does not have a more sophisticated camera. So I am using my phone for the image on your left. Uh, the PC is on the right, so you can see the difference in the image quality. However, we will begin this week's episode, hopefully minus any technical difficulties. So thank you for bearing with us at the beginning of the show. I appreciate you all for coming again. My name is Alfonso Pelt. This is Storm at the center bottom of your screen. How you doing, Storm? How you doing today?
I'm doing fine.
Blessed. You are blessed. So am I. And everybody else who is watching today's episode, because we have some good information for you today. So, without holding back anymore, let's try to get into it. Okay, last week we talked about finding the right therapist. You learned what to look for, the red flags to avoid, and questions to ask. But here's the thing. Once you find a therapist, you might hear them talk about different modalities or approaches. EMDR, you might hear that phrase a lot, or somatic experiencing, or internal family systems.
Trauma focused CBT is also another one. And
And
you
you
might
might
be
be
thinking,
thinking,
what
what
does
does
that
that
even
even mean?
mean? How
How
are
are
they
they
different?
different?
And
And
which
which
one
one
is
is
right
right
for
for
me?
me?
Well,
Well,
tonight,
tonight,
well,
well,
today
today
rather,
rather,
Storm and
Storm and
I
I
are
are
breaking
breaking
down the
down the
most
most
effective
effective
trauma
trauma
therapy
therapy
modalities.
modalities.
We
We will
will be
be
explaining
explaining
how
how
they
they
work,
work,
what
what
to
to
expect,
expect,
and
and
what
what
they're
they're
best
best
for
for
and
and
who
who
they're
they're
best
best
for.
for.
So,
So,
by the
by
end
the
of
end
the
of the
episode,
episode,
you'll
you'll
understand your
understand your
options.
options.
You'll
You'll
be
be
able
able
to
to
have an
have an
informed
informed
conversation with
conversation with
your
your
therapist
therapist
about
about
which
which
approach
approach
might
might
work
work
best
best
for
for
you.
you.
So,
So,
Storm,
Storm,
are you
are you
ready?
ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Absolutely. I experienced a couple of these modalities myself, and understanding how they work made such a difference.
Oh, that's
That's
awesome.
awesome.
See,
See,
that's
that's
what I
what I
got to
got to
look
look
forward
forward
to.
to.
If
If
they're
they're
not
not
already
already
working on
working
me.
on me.
See,
See,
because of
because of
this
this
episode
episode, now
now, I
I
can
can
have a
have a
conversation with
conversation with
my
my
therapist
therapist
because
because
I didn't
didn't
even
even
know
know
this
this
stuff.
stuff.
So,
So,
yeah,
yeah,
we learning
learning
on the
on the
road
road
as
as
we
we
go,
go,
right?
right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's
Let's
get
get
started
started
with
with
EMDR,
EMDR,
okay?
okay?
It's
It's
one of
one
the
of the
most
most
researched
researched
and
and
effective
effective
trauma
trauma
therapies
therapies
out
out
there.
there.
What is
What is
EMDR,
EMDR,
you
you
might
might
ask?
ask?
Well,
Well,
EMDR
EMDR
stands
stands
for
for
eye
eye
movement
movement
desensitization
desensitization
and
and
reprocessing.
reprocessing.
It
It
sounds
sounds
complicated,
complicated,
but
but
here's the
here's the
basic
basic
idea.
idea.
When you
When you
experience
experience
trauma,
trauma,
the
the
memory,
memory,
get, the
the
memory
memory
gets
gets
locked,
locked,
stuck in
stuck
your
in your
brain,
brain,
right?
right?
It's
It's
not
not
processed
processed
like a
like a
normal
normal.
memory. It's
It's
stored
stored
with
with
all the
all the
sensory
sensory
details,
detail,
the
the
fear,
fear,
the
the
physical
physical
sensations,
sensation,
the
the images,
images, the
the sound.
sounds. EMDR
EMDR
helps
helps
your
your
brain
brain
process
process
that
that
stuck
stuck
memory
memory
so it
so it becomes
becomes a
a
regular
regular
memory, a
a
memory
memory
you
you
can
can
think
think
about
about
without
without
being
being
flooded
flooded
by
by
emotions
emotions
and
and
fear.
fear. So,
So, with
with
that
that
in
in mind,
mind, how
how
does it
does it
work?
work?
In
In
an
an
EMDR
EMDR
session,
session,
your
your
therapist
therapist
will
will
identify
identify
the
the
traumatic
traumatic
memory.
memory.
You'll
You'll
talk
talk
about the
about the
trauma
trauma
you
you
want to
want to
process,
process.
establish the
Establish the
target.
target.
Your
Your
therapist will
therapist will
help you
help you
identify
identify
the
the
image,
image,
belief,
belief,
emotion,
emotion,
and
and
physical
physical
sensation
sensation
connected
connected
to the
to the
trauma.
trauma.
Bilateral
Bilateral stimulation.
stimulation. This
This
is
is
the
the
key
key
part.
part.
While you
While you
think
think
about the
about the
trauma,
trauma,
your
your
therapist
therapist
will
will
guide
guide
your
your
eyes
eyes
back and
back and
forth,
forth,
following
following
their
their
finger.
finger.
Some
Some
therapists
therapists
use
use
tapping
tapping
sounds
sounds
or
or
other
other
forms
forms
of
of
bilateral
bilateral
stimulation
stimulation
instead.
instead. Process.
Processing. As your
As
eyes move, your
your
brain
brain
starts to
starts to
process
process
the
the
memories
memories
differently.
differently,
You
you
might
might
have
have insight,
insights, emotions.
emotions.
Your
Your
emotions
emotions
might
might
shift.
shift.
The
The memory
memory might
might change.
change.
Instantly,
Installation. Your
your
therapist
therapist
helps
helps
you
you
strengthen
strengthen
positive
positive
beliefs
beliefs
about
about
yourself
yourself
related
related
to the
to the
trauma.
trauma.
Why
Why
does it
does it
work?
work?
Scientists
Scientists
aren't
aren't
100%
100%
sure,
sure,
but the
but the
therapy,
therapy,
in
in
theory,
theory,
is
is
that
that
bilateral
bilateral
stimulation
stimulation mimics
mimics what
what
happens
happens
during
during
REM
REM
sleep
sleep
or
or
rapid
rapid
eye
eye
movement sleep.
sleep.
When your
When your
brain
brain
naturally
naturally
processes the
processes the
memories,
memory,
it
it
helps your
helps your
brain
brain
move the
move the
traumatic
traumatic
memory
memory
from
from
the
the
emotional
emotional
part of
part of
your
your
brain
brain
to the
to the
logical
logical
part,
part,
not
not
illogical,
illogical,
logical,
logical.
okay?
Okay,
Where it
where it
can
can
be
be
filed
filed
away
away
as a
as a
past
past
event.
event.
What to
What to
expect.
expect?
Sessions are
Sessions are
usually
usually
60 to
60 to
90
90
minutes.
minutes.
You
You
might
might
feel
feel
emotional
emotional
or
or
tired
tired afterward.
afterwards. It's
It's
not
not
talk
talk therapy.
therapy. You're
You're
not
not
diving
diving
deep
deep
into
into
details.
detail.
Results
Results
can be
can be
rapid.
rapid.
Some
Some
people
people
feel
feel
relief in
relief
a
in a
few
few
sessions.
sessions.
It
It can
can feel
feel
strange at
strange at
first,
first,
but
but
most
most
people
people
adjust
adjust
quickly.
quickly.
Now, who
Now,
is
who is
this
this
good
good
for?
for?
EMDR
EMDR
is
is
particularly
particularly
effective
effective
for
for
single
single
incident
instant
trauma,
trauma,
a
a
car
car
accident,
accident,
assault,
assault,
or
or loss.
loss. People who
People who
experience
experience
or
or
are
are
dealing
dealing
with
with
PTSD,
PTSD,
post
post
traumatic
traumatic
stress
stress
syndrome,
syndrome,
or
or
stress
stress
disorder,
disorder,
rather.
rather. Flashback
Flashbacks and
and
intrusive
intrusive
memory,
memory,
and
and
people
people
who
who
struggle
struggle
with
with
talk
talk
therapy,
therapy,
and they
and they
have a
have a
hard
hard
time
time
trying to
trying to express
express what
what
they're
they're
going
going
through.
through.
Important
Important
notice
notice
that
that
EMDR
EMDR
requires a
requires a
trained
trained therapist.
therapist. Make
Make
sure
sure
they're
they're
certified
certified
by
by
EMDRIA,
EMDRIA,
which
which
is
is
EMDR
EMDR
International
International
Association.
Association.
EMDR
EMDR
helps your
helps the
brain
brain
process
process
stuck
stuck
traumatic
traumatic memories
memories so
so
they
they
can
can
stop
stop
controlling
controlling
your
your
life.
life.
All right. So, yes, now we're going to get into somatic, experiencing. Somatic experience is all about the body.
Hmm.
Because here's the truth: trauma isn't just in your mind, it's stored in your body. What is somatic experiencing? Somatic experiencing, SE, is based on the idea that trauma gets stuck in the nervous system. Your body learned to protect you through fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. Remember, we talked about 4Ds in 2 episodes ago. But after the trauma, your body stays in that protected state. Symptomatic experiencing helps your body complete the survival response it couldn't finish during the trauma. It helps your nervous system learn that you're safe. How does it work? In a symptomatic experiencing session, your therapist will help you notice sensations. You pay attention to what's happening in the body. Why? Where do you feel tension? Where do you feel stuck? Track the sensation. You follow the sensation as they move and change in your body. Titrate the experience. Your therapist will help you work with the sensations in small, manageable doses so that you don't get overwhelmed. Complete the response. Your therapist might guide you to move, shake, or express what your body needs to do to feel safe again. Because we all go through things to make us feel safe. Discharge the activity. As your body releases stuck energy, you may feel trembling, yawning, sighting, or emotional release. This is healing. Why does it work? Animals in nature shake off trauma. A deer that escapes a predator will shake and tremble to discharge the survival energy. Humans do the same thing, but we often talk to suppress it. Symptomatic experiencing helps you allow your body to complete what is needed to do to feel safe again. What to expect? Sessions focus on body sensations, not talking about the trauma. You may move, shake, or make sounds. It can feel emotional or releasing. Results build gradually over time. You learn to recognize and trust your body signals. Who is good for? Symptomatic experiencing is particularly expected for people who are disconnected from their bodies, those with chronic tension or pain from trauma, people who try to talk therapy but need something different, anyone who feels stuck in their nervous system. It's important to know, look for a therapist trained in symptomatic experiencing through the Symptomatic Experiencing International, which is traumahealing.org. That is traumahealing.org, TRAUMAHEALING.org. Your body holds wisdom. Symptomatic experiencing helps you listen to it and let it heal. On to you, Alfonso.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Summer.
Summer.
So
So
now we're
now
going
we're
to
going to
talk
talk
about
about
internal
internal
family
family systems,
systems, or
or
IFS.
IFS.
Sounds
Sounds
like
like
something
something
straight
straight
from
from
Sci-fi.
Mission
Mission
Impossible.
Impossible.
Well,
Well,
IFS
IFS
is
is
also
also
called
called
parts
parts
work.
work.
It's
It's
based
based
on
on
a
a
fascinating
fascinating
idea.
idea.
You're
You're
not
not
just
just
one
one
unified
unified
self.
self.
You
You
have
have
different
different
parts.
parts.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So
what is
what is
IFS?
IFS?
Think
Think
about it.
about it.
Sometimes you
Sometimes you
feel
feel
you
you
have a
have a
part of
part of
you
you
that's
that's
angry,
angry,
another
another
part
part
that's
that's
scared,
scared,
a
a
part of
part of
you
you
that
that
wants to
wants to
protect
protect
you,
you,
and then
and
a
then a
part of
part
you
of
that
you that
wants to
wants to
have
have
fun.
fun.
IFS
IFS
says
says
these
these
aren't
aren't
just
just
metaphors.
metaphors.
These
These
are
are
actual
actual
parts
parts
of
of
your
your
psyche,
psyche,
each
each
with
with
their
their
own
own
benefits,
benefits,
beliefs,
beliefs,
emotions,
emotions,
and
and
roles.
roles.
Trauma
Trauma
creates
creates
more
more
parts on
on
top of
top of
these,
it,
okay?
okay?
Parts
Parts
that
that
hold
hold
the
the
trauma,
trauma,
parts
parts
that
that
protect
protect
you
you
from the
from the
trauma,
trauma,
parts
parts
that
that
try to
try to
keep
keep
you
you
safe
safe
by
by
controlling
controlling
your
your
behavior.
behavior.
IFS
IFS
helps
helps
these
these
parts
parts
communicate
communicate
and
and
work
work
together
together
instead
instead
of
of
fighting
fighting
each
each
other.
other.
How
How
does it
does it
work?
work?
In
In
an
an
IFS session, your
your
therapist
therapist
will
will
identify
identify
the
the parts.
parts. You'll
You'll
explore the
explore the
parts
parts
of
of
yourself
yourself
that
that
exist.
exist.
What
What
role
role
does
does
each
each
part
part
play?
play?
Your
Your
therapist
therapist
will
will
understand the
understand the part.
parts. Your
Your
therapist
therapist
will
will
help
help
you
you
understand
understand
why
why
each
each
part
part
does
does
what it
what it does.
does. What
What
is
is
it
it
protecting you
protecting you
from?
from?
Your
Your
therapist
therapist
will
will
access
access
yourself.
yourself.
Uh,
Uh,
put
put
that in
that in
parentheses,
parentheses.
self.
Self.
IFS
IFS
calls
calls
your
your
core
core wise
wise self
self
yourself.
yourself.
So
So
your
your
wise
wise
part
part
of
of
you
you
is
is
called
called
the
the
self.
self.
Okay.
Okay.
Your
Your
therapist
therapist
will
will
help
help
you
you
access
access
this
this
self,
self,
this
this
wise
wise
part of
part of
you,
you,
the
the
part
part
that's
that's calm,
calm,
curious,
curious, and
and compassionate.
compassionate. Your
Your
therapist
therapist
will
will
dialogue
dialogue
with the
with the part
parts from
from
yourself.
yourself.
You'll
You'll
communicate
communicate
with
with
your
your part.
parts. You'll
You'll
ask
ask them
them what
what
they
they
need.
need.
You'll
You'll
thank
thank
them
them
for
for
protecting you.
protecting you,
Unburdening.
unburdening.
Your
Your
therapist
therapist
will
will
help
help
your
your part
parts release
release
the
the
trauma
trauma
that
that
they've
they've
been
been
carrying.
carrying.
They'll
They'll
find
find
new,
new,
healthier
healthier roles.
roles. Now,
Now,
why
why
does
does
this
this
work?
work?
When you
When you
understand
understand
your
your
parts
parts
and
and
thank
thank
them
them
for
for
protecting
protecting
you,
you,
they
they relax.
relax. They
They
don't
don't
have
have
to
to
work
work
so
so
hard
hard
anymore.
anymore.
You
You
develop
develop
internal
internal harmony
harmony instead
instead
of
of
internal
internal
conflict.
conflict.
So,
So,
what
what
should
should
you
you
expect,
expect,
right?
right?
Sessions
Sessions
are
are
very
very conversational.
conversational. You'll
You'll
talk
talk
about
about
your
your
parts
parts
and
and
their
their roles.
roles. It's
It's
collaborative
collaborative
and
and
non judgmental.
non-judgmental.
You
You
might
might
have
have
emotional
emotional insight.
insights. Results
Results
come
come
from
from
internal
internal
reorganization.
reorganization.
Now,
Now,
who
who
is it
is it
good
good
for?
for?
IFS
IFS
is
is
particularly
particularly
effective
effective
for
for
complex
complex
trauma.
trauma
That's
that's
repeated
repeated
childhood
childhood abuse
abuse or
or
just
just
childhood
childhood
abuse
abuse
or
or
repeated
repeated
abuse.
abuse.
People
People
with
with
multiple
multiple
protective
protective responses,
responses. That
that
would
would
be
be
me.
me.
People
People
like
like
me
me
who
who
react to
react to
trauma
trauma
in
in
multitude of
multiple.
ways. Then
Then
those
those
who
who
feel
feel
internally
internally
fragmented,
fragmented,
and
and
anyone
anyone
who
who
wants to
wants to
understand
understand
their
their
own
own
psychology.
psychology.
Here's an
Here's an
important
important
note.
note.
IFS
IFS
can be
can be
combined
combined
with
with
other
other
modalities
modalities
like
like
EMDR.
EMDR.
Many
Many
therapists
therapists
use
use
both.
both.
Your
Your parts
parts aren't
aren't broken.
broken, they're
They're
protecting
protecting
you.
you.
So
So
they
they
are
are
working.
working.
IFS
IFS
helps
helps
them
them
together,
together,
helps
helps
them
them
work
work
together
together
instead of
instead of
work
working
against
against
each
each
other.
other.
Back to
Back to
you,
you,
Storm.
Storm.
All right, so let's get to it. Trauma focused CPT, CBT, and other modalities. Trauma focused CBT is different from the other modalities we talked about. It's more structured and talk based. What is trauma
Mhm.
focused CBT? CBT stands for cognitive behavior therapy. Trauma focused CBT applies CPT specifically to trauma. The basic idea your doubts, feelings, and behaviors are connected. When you charge your doubts or change your doubts, your feelings and your behavior change too. How does it work? In trauma focus CBT, your therapist will psychoeducated education, learn about trauma and how it affects you. Relaxation skills, learn breathing and grounding techniques. Cognitive processing, identify and challenge trauma related doubts. Exposure, gradually face trauma related situations or memories. Processing, working through the trauma in a structured way. What to expect, very structured sections with homework. Here we go, homework. You talk about your trauma in details. You challenge negative beliefs. It requires active participation. Results come from cognitive shifts. Who is good for? People who like structure, those with specific trauma, related beliefs to challenge, anyone who responds well to talk therapy. Other modalities. There are other effective trauma therapists too. Sensor motor, psychotherapy, combined talk therapy with body awareness and movement, neurofeedback, and you're like, wow, okay. Uses technology to help your brain regulate itself. Hakima, a mindful, body-centered approach. Gestalt therapy, focus on present moment awareness and expression. The bottom line, different modalities work for different people. Some people respond best to EDMR. Others need symptomatic work. Some benefit from understanding their parts. The best modality is the one that works for you and that you feel safe with. There are no one size fits all therapy. The best modality is the one that resonates with you and helps you heal. So back to you,
Thanks,
Thanks,
Summer.
Summer.
F.
So, how do you choose?
How
How
do
do
you
you know
know which
which
modality
modality
is
is
right
right
for
for
you?
you?
You
You
can
can
ask your
ask your
therapist.
therapist.
When you
When you
meet
meet
with a
with a
therapist,
therapist,
ask
ask
these
these
questions.
questions.
Which
Which
modalities
modalities
do
do
you
you
specialize
specialize
in?
in?
Why do
Why do
you
you
think
think
this
this
approach
approach
will
will
work for
work for
me?
me?
Can you
Can you
explain
explain
how it
how it works?
works? What
What
should
should
I
I
expect?
expect?
A
A
good
good
therapist
therapist
will
will
explain
explain
their
their approach
approach and
and
why
why
they
they
think
think
it's
it's
right
right
for
for
you.
you.
Consider
Consider
your
your preferences.
preferences. Do
Do
you
you
prefer
prefer
body
body
based
based
work
work
or
or
talk
talk
therapy?
therapy?
Do
Do
you
you
like
like
structure
structure
or
or
flexibility?
flexibility?
Do
Do
you
you
want
want
to
to
process
process
memories
memories
directly
directly
or
or
work
work
with your
with your
nervous
nervous
system?
system?
Are
Are
you
you
more
more
cognitive
cognitive
or
or
somatic?
somatic?
Be
Be
open to
open to
trying,
trying,
okay?
okay?
You
You
may
may
start
start
with
with
one
one
modality
modality
and
and
then
then
switch
switch
to
to
another.
another.
That's
That's
okay.
okay.
Healing
Healing
isn't
isn't
linear.
linear.
Many
Many
therapists
therapists
combine
combine modalities,
modalities, EMDR
EMDR
plus
plus
somatic
somatic
work,
work,
or
or
IFS
IFS
plus
plus
EMDR.
EMDR.
It's
It's
all
all
valid.
valid.
Healing
Healing
takes
takes
time.
time.
Don't
Don't
expect
expect
instant
results.
results. If
If
something
something
doesn't
doesn't
feel
feel
right,
right,
communicate
communicate
with your
with your
therapist. Trust
trust.
your gut. If a
If a
modality
modality
doesn't work for you,
you
try something else.
know.
So,
So
what
what
to
to
expect
expect
in
in
general?
general? Okay.
Okay. Therapy is
Therapy is
uncomfortable sometimes. You're
you're
experiencing and processing hard
hard
things.
thing.
You
You
might
might
feel
feel
worse
worse
before you
before you
feel
feel
better.
better.
This is
This is
normal.
normal. Progress
Progress isn't
isn't
always
always
linear.
linear.
You'll
You'll
have
have
good
good weeks
weeks and
and
you'll
you'll
have
have
hard
hard.
ones.
Healing
Healing
is
is
possible
possible. With the
with the
right
right therapy
therapist and
and
modality, you
you
can
can
heal.
heal.
The
The
right
right
modality
modality
plus the right therapist
plus
plus your
your commitment
commitment equals
equals
transformation.
transformation.
Hmm,
Hmm,
that's
that's
interesting.
interesting.
Okay.
Okay,
So
so
here's what
here's what
we
we
want
want
you to
you to
do:
do.
research the
Research the modality.
modalities. Which
Which
one
one
resonates
resonates?
with you? EMDR,
EMDR,
somatic,
somatic,
IFS,
IFS,
all of
all of
them?
them.
Ask your
Ask your therapist
therapist. If
if
you're
you're
already
already
in
in
therapy,
therapy.
ask
Ask
about
about
their
their modality.
modality. If you're
If you're
looking
looking
for a
for a
therapist,
therapist,
ask
ask
about
about
their
their
modality.
modality.
Be
Be open.
open. You
You
might
might
not
not
know
know
what
what
works
works
for
for
you
you
until
until
you
you
try
try
it.
it. Be
Be
willing to experiment.
willing to experiment.
Communicate. If something
Communicate.
isn't working,
If something isn't working,
therapist.
tell your therapist.
Good therapists adjust
Good
their approach.
therapists adjust their approach.
Join us
Join us
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Our interactive
Our interactive
episode is this
episode is this
Tuesday,
Tuesday,
January
January
14th
14th
at
at
10:30
10:30
a.m.
a.m.
You
You
can
can
ask
ask us
questions
questions
about
about
these
these
modalities.
modalities live.
Head
Head
to
to
www.peltsemporium
www.peltsemporium or PELTSEMPORIUM.com. Subscribe
Subscribe
and
and follow.
follow. New
New episodes
episodes every
every
Saturday
Saturday
and
and Tuesday.
Tuesday. Please
Please
don't
don't.
miss them.
Finding the right
Storm.
modality. Finding the right modality is part of finding the right therapist. Take your time. Ask questions. Your healing is
Mm,
worth it.
yes,
Yes,
it
it
is.
is.
Before we go, remember, Terror to Triumph is supported by Pels Imperial. When you purchase sportwear and merchandise from Pels Imperial, anything except for Crystal Corner, the proceeds go directly to supporting this podcast. You get quality items while helping us keep these conversations going. Head to www.pelsimperial.com to shop and support the podcast. And while you're there, join us live on Tuesdays at 10 o'clock, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for interactive episodes where you can ask us questions and be a part of our community. Remember, we're all beautiful. Back to you.
I feel like we on a newscast. Uh, well, therapy modalities can seem confusing, but they're all tools, and the right tool in the right hand can change your life. Don't settle for a therapist who doesn't explain their approach. Don't accept a modality that doesn't feel right. You deserve clarity, compassion, and competence. Next Saturday, January 18th, we'll be talking about something else crucial: building healthy relationships after trauma. How do you trust again? How do you set boundaries? How do you recognize red flags? These are questions we're answering. We thank you for being here. Thank you for your commitment to healing. I'm Alfonso Pelt with my co host Storm. This is Terror to Triumph, and we'll see you Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. Before we go, uh, I would like for Storm to mention her platform.
Okay, on every day in 7 o'clock, Monday through Fridays at 7 a.m. in the morning and 8 o'clock p.m. I'm on Diamanda at TikTok. On my platform, I talk about stress, I talk about self-care, and I talk about the different things about domestic violence, human trafficking, and I talk about domestic violence because these are the things that are most important in our world. And it's important for us to conquer stress. It's important for us to find out the deep details of what is domestic violence and what it looks like. What is human trafficking and what can it do to you? Because some people don't understand that. So On this platform, I break everything down to give you a deeper meaning of what these look like and what they is, so that you can know if you're inside of a domestic violence relationship, if you've been sexual assaulted and you don't know or you didn't recognize it, if you've been even targeted for human trafficking. This is my site for me to let you know what's going on. And then self-care and stress. So we want to downsize the mental things that is going on in our world today. But thank you. Like I said, follow me at Diamanda at TikTok. So thank you. And I give it back to you, Tara. I give it back to you, Alfonso.
Okay. I thank everybody for coming. Uh, if you hadn't noticed, we have ticker tape down at the bottom that gives you a lot of information. I want everybody to pay attention to that when they get the chance or opportunity while they're watching live, because we have a lot of information that you can use, like the National Child Abuse Hotline number, 1-800-422-4453, or the National Sexual Abuse Hotline, 1-800-456-4873, or 4673, rather. These are numbers that you could use at any time, 24/7. They're nationwide numbers. If you need assistance right now, you need help, you can call these numbers. Somebody will be available, ready, and willing to talk to you, listening to your situation, and point you in the right direction. So this ticker tape down at the bottom of our screen, this thing down here, is is not for games or just a little fun fact thing. This is some serious work. We're trying to help people. We're reaching out to all victims, survivors of all kinds of trauma. That's what we do here. And we want you to have information, the information you need to survive, information you need to make it to another day. Even if you're not a survivor, I want all of you to please take this information down, because you don't know who's next to you who may be suffering, and they may need the information that you have. I did a statistic on the show, and it said 4 to 6 out of every 10 Americans have experienced some form of childhood trauma, sexual, physical, mental, or verbal abuse. 6 out of 10. For every million, that's 600,000. If you think about it, out of every 10 people around you, 6 of them have suffered some form of child abuse. The numbers are staggering. And it's even more exacerbated because the report said most of them have not been reported. I know when I had my trauma situation, I didn't report it. I didn't go to the police. I didn't even think that I could. So these are life saving numbers and information for you. Please take note. Okay. Now, don't forget Tuesdays and Saturdays now, our new time, 10:30 a.m. And Tuesdays will be our new interactive podcast, live podcast. So I will be answering questions. I wanted Storm so bad to be with me, but our schedules are conflicting, and we're trying to work something out around that. So until then, until we can find a workaround, please come to Tuesdays at 10:30 a.m. where we can discuss one on one or answer questions and things that you might need. I'm an open book, and I'm willing to share my story if it'll help even one person. So
Yes.
do not do not miss that. That's very important. It's crucial. If you are experiencing some form of trauma, you can come and get the information you need from me. Any information I have, or I can point you in the right direction. So it'll be very crucial to join us on Tuesdays. Um, With that said, I thank you all for coming. We went over our time, which actually we didn't because we started late. But please forgive us for those technical difficulties earlier on. And we will resume with you Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. I wish everybody a blessed and provincial week. You all have a good evening, afternoon, and blessed night.